So we could have a new champion.
Also, I'm like 99.9% sure that Anthos has no idea that he has a bounty on his head.
I mean, you're the one that put the bounty. It was your responsibility to communicate this information. Don't look at me.
I added here.
Mm.
I feel like that includes him usually.
Usually. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to give you a full rundown of the matchup, it was a 2-0 victory up until the point, up until round 3, where Steven was able to beat the Superman. Anthos was able to switch up to Wonder Woman, beating the Arya and then beating the Steven. However, the Steven came out clutch in the final round. The Steven we are about to see go up against BigJhonson Stripe. We have BigJhonson. Winner takes champion's advantage. I'm really excited for this one because I have no idea what to expect from Former.
Dude, I'm so... Oh my god.
The decoy has been eliminated.
I was just surprised that that animation happened at all. But I was going to say that I'm so smash-filled that when you say Steven, I immediately think of Minecraft Steve.
Oh my
which is my fault. We are on Cromulus to start, which is a stage that we haven't seen today. And Stripe getting I was gonna say an early lead, but it only kind of felt like that because Stripe was continuously keeping Steven above him. That doesn't mean that he had the lead, but Steven was able to really apparently zone out the Stripe despite Stripe getting some early damage. Tried to punish the TNT launch, but was unable to. Reflects the Buzzsaw trying to zone out the Stripe. The Stripe finds his way, knocking out the decoy once again.
Both playing it incredibly close to the edge of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Both within kill range, 116 to 144. The next big hit could do it. There it is, the dynamite. But Stripe at 123 could very easily be eliminated immediately, and he is. Steven able to even up the matchup. Do not forget that this is a 5-round bout. You need to win 3 overall matches in order to take the match. Steven now being juggled a little bit by the Stripe, who was able to eliminate the decoy. It definitely looks like when it comes to verticality, Stripe has the advantage here. But when Steven has been landing those hits, they have been large, they have been heavy. The dynamite comes in once again. Not able to make any effect of it this time. Steven trying to use the, what looks to be some kind of shield. There's a little bit of mobility here.
Yeah, so Steven is able to put up a shield as he loses his second stock. He tethers to it. He can make sure to block projectiles from it. Normally in the 2v2 setting, Steven is a little bit of a supportive character, able to change the terrain, create a decoy to assist both him and his ally, but doing a really good job in the one. Former's creating combos, creating opportunities, but is unable to create a lead here as BigJhonson is up 30 damage.
Absolutely. Slowly closing up that distance. Now they are effectively even. The dynamite and the shield comes out. Dynamite is going to take a little bit of effect here. Steven able to stay alive using that central platform as a little bit of a cushion for the landing. The decoy comes back out. Stripe again able to use his vertical prowess to his advantage here. The damage is staying incredibly even. Steven looking for the elimination that we saw for that second stock again, but it doesn't work out. The dynamite is in play. Dynamite used to eliminate the decoy there. Again, the damage incredibly even. This could go either way. Playing around that ledge. Steven not quite able to effectively edge guard there. Still trying to use that central platform, but he is in kill range, as now is the Stripe. Dynamite comes out once again. It could very well be a case of the next hit does it. Stripe gets in, but Steven's able to dodge out of the kill move, using the chainsaw to get back on the stage, dealing another very good set of damage there. Both incredibly even. Steven finally able to secure the first point.
It is actually amazing to watch Former collect that victory. Steven, similar to Rain Dog, primarily a supportive character in the 2v2. In the 1v1, you can see that Steven doesn't have a lot of strong moves to kill early, kind of like Shaggy does, or Arya, Wonder Woman, Superman, Iron Giant. Those characters have a lot of big hitting moves, can kill early, can set up early kills off stage. Steven doesn't have a lot of that. You can see that Steven has to rack up the damage, get them to clearly above 100 heat, and then fish for these strong hits. Similar to Rain Dog. The thing that does help Steven out is that Steven has that decoy, has that clone, candy clone to follow him around to kind of add additional damage and tick additional hits in as we go to Cromulus. Maybe a response for the Stripe, keeping Steven closed in with the 2 destructible walls. I don't know what else could help as Stripe takes a bunch of damage early on. I know the clone died, but Stripe's at 90 to Steven's 4.
Absolutely, Steven has got an incredibly strong opening here. Very, very good use of spacing. Trying to use that environment, able to break the stereo finally, getting below Stripe and able with the clap to get the elimination. Bringing the decoy out once again. Stripe now having to play catch up here, desperately trying to eliminate Steven. We've seen that BigJhonson is able to pull off combinations and get eliminations incredibly quickly without taking a lot of damage. It does look like Steven's able to break out of it at this point, and the use of the floating platform to kind of encase Stripe within center stage, very effective, bringing the all the way to 50. Steven at 90 into kill range at 104. Stripe now sat at 75. Steven one stop up.
Something that we need to know while Stripe evens up the stock count is that because Stripe evens up the stock count, Steven does have a good time comboing Stripe because he doesn't have really hard-hitting moves, but just hard-hitting enough that he can take advantage, combo Stripe, get some damage onto the Stripe, really easily getting Stripe into that 50 to 70 range, and then poking, prodding with some big hitboxes, some decent projectiles with the clone, and Stripe's damaging himself. Now, remind everyone that when Stripe does use the TNT to propel himself forward or backwards, that does deal a little bit of damage to Stripe himself.
Is in a very dangerous predicament. He is at 130 feet. The next thing could do it, and there it is. Steven secures the second point. Very well performed there from Former. We may be looking at a new favorite, ladies and gentlemen, as currently it is a clean sweep. Former does need to secure a third match in order to move to the grand final and secure this entire bracket. Johnson desperately trying to answer back there, but I think, you know, in combination with the ground juggling that we're seeing from Steven as well, trying to deal with that decoy. That decoy is sort of soaking up a lot of damage that Steven may otherwise be taking. It certainly does seem like, oh, there it is, the switch to the Garnet. I was about to question whether or not this was in the cards, but it does look like we're gonna see it, and it looks like we may be seeing a map switch up as well. We are indeed. We're going to be going to Trophy's Edge. I'm very curious to see how the Garnet is going to answer to the Steven. Both seem to have very similar move pools in terms of being quite close up, very close range. Obviously, Garnet does have the rocket punch to answer any distance with. I imagine that will be a signature move that we see here.
Both Garnet and Steven have a way
My
to
future vision tells me This will be no problem at all.
take the opponent's projectiles and make it their own. You see that as Steven returns the Rocket Fist back to the Garnet. I'm not entirely sure what Garnet's game plan will be here, but we've seen some really good results from BigJhonson as he makes sure that this is a true 1v1 battle, not a random 2v1. Able to keep the distance with the Rocket Fists, with the dash-ins, but Steven able to find those small hits, able to combo it up, and Garnet's already above 100 damage and loses their first stock.
Absolutely. Once again, it seems Former is able to take advantage and get the momentum on his side. Garnet able to get rid of the decoy, but Steven using it as a distraction, getting a load of damage in. Garnet trying to even up the stocks at this stage, but Steven is only at 70, where she is sitting at what looks to be 34.
Good.
Unfortunately, unable to secure the ledge quite yet, but might be using the platform to their advantage. Goes for another risky play that Johnson's been known for, and in this instance it pays off.
Steven running out of resources off stage, but Garnet's down a stock with already 88 damage off stage. Steven taking advantage of that and getting the second stock for themselves. Former up 2-1 with barely any damage on themselves. Kind of taking advantage of the fact that he has an additional NPC on his side constantly.
100%. Johnson is going to need to try and pull something out of the bag. They need to secure this match. They want to stay in the game and not be moved down to the secondary bracket. It does look like able to get rid of the decoy, but Steven's Reflect is going to absolutely nullify the Rocket Fist in this instance. It looks like the shield as well, sort of bouncing these two around. Steven up at 59, but Garnet getting closer and closer to kill range. Trying to use the projectiles to their advantage, not able to connect with the vertical uppercut there. Sad at 91, Steven 89. It is incredibly even, but when we're looking at that stock differentiation, Garnet able to secure the second stock, but already at 91.
Steven really putting up the pressure, making sure to put up projectiles, put up walls, make sure that his clone is up. The candy really is hurting Garnet. Former showing that Garnet does not have a sweet tooth, that Steven Universe is the main character.
Better look next time.